Hey everybody, what's up? Benji Pistone here, representing Hamilton. How you guys doing today? So last night I was just chilling out, just lying in my bed watching some YouTube videos on my phone, I pretty much I came across this YouTuber. His name is Classclown90. He's this really cool hip hop review guy from England, and pretty much reviewing all these albums, stuff like hip hop albums and stuff like that. If you guys haven't checked out his YouTube channel, put a link down below. Of his channel. Cool guy. I actually subscribed to his channel yesterday, and actually the first video that I saw of him is a video where he reviews the new Obi Trice album, which is called Bottoms Up, and let me tell you guys something. I'm really liking that album, Bottoms Up. To be honest, when it comes to Obi Trice, I wasn't a huge fan of his first two albums. You know what I mean? His first two albums, Cheers, and the other one's called Second Rounds on Me. I wasn't a huge fan of those two albums. I mean, there were only like a handful of good songs from those two albums that I really liked. But, I mean, Obi Trice, he's a great rapper. He really is. He's a really, really good rapper. But I only liked his only a handful of his songs. But this album that he came out with, Bottoms Up, like I just got it, and I still haven't listened to it completely fully yet. I'm halfway through it, and I'm really digging it a lot. But yeah. But that was the first video I saw of Class Clown, and he also really liked the album as well. But this video is not talking about this review that he did. This video is pretty much talking about how the second video that I saw of him is he reviewed the new Nicki Minaj album. The new album is called it's called Pink Friday Roman Reloaded. Now, I don't listen to Nicki Minaj. Like, I don't listen to her music whatsoever, I don't listen to Lil Wayne. I don't listen to Drake. I don't listen to Nicki Minaj. I don't listen to any of these, new generation rappers. Well, let's call them, like mainstream rappers. You know what I mean? I don't listen to any of these rappers at all. But what Class Clown did in this video, and shout out to Class Clown, man. If you see this video, man, just want to say that this video that you did of the Nicki Minaj review, it actually made me fucking laugh, because he just absolutely hated that album. And he pretty much trashed this album, like tearing this album a new asshole. You know what I mean? It was fucking hilarious. But the one thing that came up while he was talking about this album is how he was talking about how Nas actually made a guest appearance on this album, and actually Nas did a song on this album with Nicki Minaj, and I believe it's Drake. And the one thing that that Class Clown talked about is that he is hoping and praying that Nas will never, ever, and I mean ever, sign to Cash Money Records. He is hoping that, because as a fan of true hip hop and as a fan, and as a huge fan of Nas, like I love Nas, he is a legend. I'm hoping that he does not do something stupid like that. You know what I mean? That he does not sign to what is it? What's the Young Money, Cash Money? You know, YMCM. You know, like those. You know those fucking shirts that the kids wear these days with the YMCM be whatever. I don't. Like I can remember the first time I saw these T-shirts in a hip hop shop here in Hamilton where they sell all the hip hop clothes, and I saw a T-shirt and it's like YMCMB whatever, and I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck does that mean? And so I go to my buddy's house one weekend, to have a couple of drinks, and I see this other guy walking into his house, and I look at him, and he's wearing a hoodie with with the YMCM whatever, and I asked him, it's like, yo man, what does that mean? What does that mean? And he told me that it stands for, Young Money, Cash Money, which is, like Lil Wayne and Birdman's, like record label. And I'm like, okay, whatever. This is just proving like how old I am and, how unhip I am, but whatever. So anyways, yeah. And he's just pretty much talking about like how hoping that Nas will never ever sign to Cash Money Records, and I don't know, I'm pretty sure that he will never do that, because he does a collaboration with Nicki Minaj and Drake doesn't mean that he's gonna sign to Cash Money. I highly doubt that Nas is gonna do something stupid like that, because he pretty much is gonna disappoint and let down all of the fans that he's had like over the years. You know what I mean? And yeah. And speaking of that, like Young Money, Cash Money Records, what I found out that last week, Busta fucking Rhymes signed to Cash Money. And when I found out about this, I found this out through another YouTube guy that I'm subscribed to. I forget his name, but I found this out that Busta Rhymes signed to Cash Money. And I'm like, oh my God, say it ain't so. Because the thing is that I also grew up listening to Busta Rhymes, and when it comes to Busta Rhymes, I love Busta Rhymes classic shit. You know what I mean? Like honestly, to be honest with you guys, like the last good album that Busta Rhymes put out was his album Anarchy. And then after that, he came out with these other two albums. One of them was called Genesis, and the other one was, I forget what the name of that other album was, but those two albums were just horrible, But then after that, Busta Rhymes signed to, Aftermath with Dr. Dre, and he came out with this album called The Big Bang, which actually is a very, very good album. I felt that album a lot. It was really good. And then after that, he came out with this other album called Back on My BS, stands for back on my bullshit, And I thought that this album, Back on My BS, was going to be an amazing album, because Busta Rhymes said in interviews that, he's pretty much going back to his roots. But then when I heard this album, I was like, this album's fucking terrible. So these days when it comes to Busta Rhymes, like, I'm not feeling any of his stuff. I really, Busta Rhymes was amazing back in the day, you know what I mean? When his music was good, when his music was crazy, and when he had the dreads, you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm just hoping that I know that this is not gonna happen. That Nas is never gonna sign to Cash Money. You know what I mean? Because when it comes to Nas, I am really, really looking forward to his new album that's coming out pretty soon, which is called Life is Good. And he's already released 2 singles out. It's 2 singles called, Nasty and The Dawn. Okay? And if I remember, I'm gonna, put the links down below for those two videos, So anyways, guys, that's all. What do you guys think? You know what I mean? Are you hoping that this never happens? Okay, what do you guys think? Comment down below. Subscribe to my channel. And as always, guys, thank you so much for listening, okay? And I'm Benji Pastone. Take care.